Namaskaraha. Welcome to Jyotish Shastram channel. My name is Archana Murthy. Now, what comes to your mind when I say Muhurta? When I posed this question in my classroom sessions, the usual response was auspicious time, good Muhurta. People by default associate Muhurta to Shubha Muhurta. But technically, Muhurta could mean Ashubha or Shubha. That is, inauspicious or auspicious. So, Muhurta by definition means Muhurto nama kala visheshaha. It represents significance of time. It also represents a small unit of time. Muhuhu is small, Ruta is order. Interestingly, our ancestors brought in this concept of time to either talk about time or measure time. Like now we say 7 am or 10 am, but back in those days, they also needed a reference of time to say when something happened. Let's look at Muhurta calculation. When you divide 24 hours with 30 divisions, it constitutes one Muhurta, which is 48 minutes. Now, this holds good when day is approximately equal to night. Now, when does this happen? This happens during the spring or the autumnal equinox. What we should appreciate here is that the definition is actually not static, it is dynamic and scientific in nature. Our ancestors gave a definition that covers all possible scenarios. For instance, even for winters, when days are shorter and nights are longer, and for summer as well, when it is vice versa. So, the detailed calculation that covers all possible scenarios is as follows. Daytime Muhurta is the duration from sunrise to sunset by 15 gives you the Muhurta for the daytime. Now please note the calculation started at sunrise. This is as scientific as it gets. I would like to reiterate it because people are under the misconception that Jyotish Shastram is not a science. First, we need to understand our Shastram and only then we'll be able to appreciate it. So coming back to daytime Muhurta. Let's calculate daytime Muhurta for April 19th, for today for instance. Sunrise was at 6:04 am. Sunset is at 6:33 pm. So the duration between sunrise and sunset for today is 749 minutes, which when divided by 15 gives you an approximate 50 minutes. So the daytime Muhurta for today is 15 minutes of duration, which means the first Muhurta starts at 6:04 am sunrise and ends at 6:54 am, and the second Muhurta starts at 6:54 am and so on. Similarly, the nighttime Muhurta calculation is sunset to sunrise by 15, which gives you the duration of the Muhurta during nighttime. Our sages didn't just give measurement of time, but they actually analyzed 30 Muhurtas and gave detailed characteristics of each Muhurta for our benefit. They gave a generic high-level reference of which Muhurtas are beneficial and which are not. This high-level reference can be used for our day-to-day activities, whereas Shubha Muhurta as a concept is a much more detailed subject and which can be used for auspicious and important life events such as Griha Pravesha. The following are the 30 Muhurtas in 24 hours. The following assumptions are made here. Number 1, that 6 am is sunrise. And number 2, daytime is equal to night time. Now, based on these assumptions, I provide the timings of the Muhurtas, which starts at 6 am and every Muhurta, either during day or night, is 48 minutes long. Here, you will also see the Muhurta name and its guna. Let's take a look at the list now. First Muhurta is 6 am to 6:48 am, which is called Rudra Muhurta and it is considered inauspicious. Second Muhurta starts at 6:48 am until 7:36 am. This Muhurta is called Sarpa and it is also inauspicious. Third Muhurta for the day is called Mitra, which is auspicious. Now please note, the auspiciousness or inauspiciousness notation here is a high level one without considering the days of the week or Rahu Kala or Yamaganda Kala. On a high level, this Muhurta is considered to be auspicious. But for instance, If you combine it with Monday, then it wouldn't be auspicious as this falls at the time of Monday's Rahu Kalam, that is from 7:30 am to 9 am. Again, as I mentioned a few minutes back, this list of 30 muhurtas is not to be considered for important life events such as marriage, etc., but to be used as a generic high level reference. Moving on, fourth muhurta is called Pitara or forefathers, which is inauspicious. Fifth and sixth are auspicious muhurtas, which are Vasu and Jala. The next four slides provide the names of the remaining muhurtas during the 24 hours. In this slide, I would like to highlight 8th Muhurta, which is Abhijit Muhurta, which is considered to be a victorious Muhurta and usually a favorite among the Jyotish practitioners, as it is believed that any task taken up during this time will be victorious. In this slide, I'll also take a look at Vinda Muhurta or Vahini Muhurta, an inauspicious Muhurta which is from 2 pm to 2:48 pm. Vinda means to seize. We will look into this shortly. Here we see that Bhaga is the last Muhurta for daytime. Shiva, an inauspicious Muhurta, is the first Muhurta during night time which starts at sunset. Feel free to pause and look at the Muhurta names, the approximate time period and its characteristic. We have already seen how to do the calculation earlier for daytime and nighttime Muhurtas as per sunrise and sunset. You can now create such a Muhurta list for any particular day with the specific time periods. The names and characteristic remains the same, but only the time periods vary. Finally, the next important and auspicious Muhurta I would like to highlight is Brahma Muhurta. This starts at 96 minutes or 2 Muhurtas before sunrise. We will go into the significance of this Muhurta as well shortly. This completes the list of 30 Muhurtas. I would like to highlight a few Muhurtas that have some significant reference in our history. In Aranyakanda of Valmiki Ramayana, the context here is that Sita has been abducted by Ravana and Sri Rama meets Jatayu. Jatayu names Ravana as the abductor of Sita while breathing his last and says the following verse: Yena yati muhurtena Sitam adaya Ravanaha Vipranashtam dhanam kshipram tat swami pratipadyate Vindo nama muhurto asau sacha kakutsta na abudat. Jatayu said the following: Ravana took away Sita in Vinda Muhurta. Ravana is unmindful that if any riches are lost during that spell, the original possessor of those riches will repossess them very quickly. Ravana abducted Sita only for Sri Rama to gain her back. Jatayu here not only informed Sri Rama of the abductor, but is also providing all of us the awareness of Vinda Muhurta's characteristics. The word Vinda means to seize or take away or snatch. The characteristics of Vinda Muhurta is that if any valuables are lost in this Muhurta, then the owner repossesses these quickly. This is what Jatayu highlighted in this verse. Interestingly, Ravana was a Jyotisha expert, was addressed as Mahabrahmana, and has written many books such as Ravana Samhita, in spite of the fact he chose to be unmindful of Vinda Muhurta and ended up bearing the adverse consequences. Another Muhurta example is Abhijit Muhurta. Like I mentioned earlier, Abhijit Muhurta represents victory. In Ramayana Yuddhakanda, when Hanuman confirms the presence of Sita in Lanka, Sri Rama decides to march towards Lanka. He addresses Sugriva and says the following verse: Asmin muhurte Sugriva prayanam abhirochaye yukto muhurto vijayah prapto madhyam divakaraha. Translation goes as follows: Sri Rama says, O Sugriva, be pleased to approve our march at this moment, a suitable moment for success. The sun reached the midday. Here, Sri Rama is indicating the Muhurta as Abhijit, which starts from 24 minutes before noon and ends at 24 minutes after noon. So, at noon, the Muhurta is Abhijit. As Abhijit is auspicious and represents victory, Sri Rama decides to march at this point to Lanka. Please see the way in these examples of Vinda and Abhijit Muhurtas in Ramayana how Jyotisham was a part and parcel of everyone's lives. It was not only a subject that was known only to Brahmins but was common knowledge to all souls. It was fully ingrained in their day to day lives during those times. There are various such interesting references to Jyotisham in our Itihasa. Now let's look at one Muhurta that is popular and holds relevance even today. Brahma Muhurta is also called Creator's Time. It starts at 96 minutes before sunrise, that is around 4:24 am to 5:12 am, and it is extremely auspicious. Let's see what various sciences say about Brahma Muhurta. If we start with our very own Ayurveda, it is advised to wake up at Brahma Muhurta and practice yoga during this time. At this time, the mind is fresh, still, very effective for meditation, and perfect time to gain knowledge. If you do this daily, then you will lead a long and healthy life. Sattva Guna and Prana Shakti is increased as well. Coming to English medical science, there is a pineal gland in the brain that secretes melatonin. It is believed that the maximum secretion occurs during Brahma Muhurta. What does melatonin do? It helps regulate our sleep cycle, stabilizes our mind and mood. Hence, this time is very effective for meditation. If we see the research that was done on people using Brahma Muhurta effectively, then there was a common trend that was seen among such people. No psychological ailments, no medical ailments, better physical and emotional well being, better energy levels, and finally, a reverse aging was seen among these people. Fourth perspective is the spiritual school of thought. We come back to the role of pineal gland again. Observations in the West links Agni Chakra to pineal gland. Hence, they are calling this gland as third eye or seat of soul or intuition. They also believe that it is a bridge between the physical and spiritual world. Also, another interesting find is that pineal gland releases rainbow colors, and when this reaches a certain intensity, it becomes the aura of an enlightened soul. This is just the tip of the iceberg that we have covered around this Muhurta, where we have seen the four perspectives coming together about Brahma Muhurta. Sadly, we sit up and take notice only when the West endorses the knowledge from the East or when a guru preaches about it in English. We have a tendency to believe influential speakers who can articulate well in English. But if a guru preaches in Sanskritam or regional language, we tend to dismiss this knowledge as blind belief. It's high time that we acknowledge our seers and not wait for the same knowledge to be endorsed by the West decades later. A good example is yoga. That's exactly what's happening with Jyotish Shastram as well. To conclude today's session, we covered what is Muhurta, calculation of Muhurta, 30 Muhurtas and their characteristics, Muhurta usage in our Itihasa, and finally the importance of Brahma Muhurta. Dhanyavadaha.